How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 22 called Erlingen. We're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, "Welcome to Erlingen, a small village located in Bavaria somewhere between Erlangen and Felsbrunn. Let yourself be charmed by the realistic environment of the valley crossed by the Grunberg River, where you will certainly find a place to your liking to settle down. This is my first contribution to Farming Simulator, and I hope you will enjoy discovering it. Here you will find main farm with barn, 15 cows, free range pasture, 60 cows, and sheep barn, 65 sheep. Pig farm with large pigsty, 270 pigs, contractor's company farm. Equestrian center with stables, 8 horses, free range pasture, 8 horses. Greenhouse cultivation area, 69 fields, 9 meadows, 3 vineyards, 10 forestry areas, and 1 plot with generator. Multiple selling points and custom productions. No sugarcane or cotton. German license plates. You can use the different buildings when building the corresponding plots. All you have to do is climb into your favorite tractor and set off in search of your happiness in the fields of Erlingen. Have fun." This map was created by Flacco Farmer and is a 317.08 megabytes to download. There are mods required for this map, starting with Cellular Antenna by DD Mod Passion, the Bavarian Farm Pack by Bernie CS, the Concrete Fence and Gates by Camelos0397, Fenceless Husbandry by Cookie Cat, Metal Fence with Gates by Top Ace 888, Placeable Farm Pack by Lancy Boy, Sheep Barn by Lancy Boy, Old Silo Bins by K03Y, Garage for Machines by Didac96, Big Storage Hall by Agrar Modding. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here, kind of in the north portion of the map, and we start out by owning farmlands number 1, 4, and 95. 1 being our main farm and a field with oats that is currently withered. You also have farmland number 4 with grass, and that is ready to harvest, and 95 has 3 greenhouses that are yours to utilize. If we take a look at the field prices, you actually get a very nice range of prices on this map. So starting with farmland number 26 at 17,260. You also have the one right next to it for 23,300, and then it starts to ramp up from there. 47,000. You got 45,000. 118,000, 253,000, all the way up to 508,000. You also have several forestry areas. You got one here for $100,000, another one here for 173, 159, 135, 122, and then all the way down here is this little guy right here, 21,560. So you do have the ability to really start out small and then just work your way up and up and up as time goes on. There are several grass areas as well, so you can really kind of choose your own adventure of what you want to kind of do right from the very beginning, because pretty much everything here has its place. You cannot buy all areas of the map. There are animals to start out with. Contracts are available. You do start out with productions, is the 3 greenhouses as I mentioned before, and there are no collectibles on this map. Looking for mods specific for this map, there's nothing under the buy menu, but under the build mode, if we take a look at that here, starting under sheds and we scroll to the right, you'll see that there are some here. We do also have some under the silos right there, silo extensions as well, containers, nothing under tools, but we do have a couple here under farmhouses as well. Going under production, under factories, scrolling to the right, there we go, we got a couple in here as well. Under the selling points, we do have a couple in here as well. Oh, we got the one right there. Under greenhouses, we do have one right there. Nothing under orchards, but under generators, we scroll to the right, you'll see a couple right here as well. Looking under animals next, we have under cows, we do have the cow barn right there. Under horses, you do have a couple right there as well. Pigs, yes. Sheep, yes. Chickens, yes. And then nothing under bees, nothing under others. Under decorations, there's nothing under any of the 3 tabs for decorations here, but under landscaping, you do have some additional painting swatches. And we scroll to the right, you can see there's quite a few right there, so not too bad. Now we do start out kind of in the middle of town here. We're going to start out by walking to a couple of places. First off, right over here to the north of us where we start. Hop this fence. Right here is the pizzeria sell point. And then back down this road. Right over through here. This is the Bachman's Bakery. You can buy this for $50,000. And that is pretty much it that we can walk to. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to teleport to the main farm and kind of go from there. So let's meet you over there. And here we go. We are here at the starting farm. And because we're at the starting farm, let's take a look at some of the starting equipment. So under the buy menu, under owned items, starting with the small tractors, we have a Fendt Vario 313. Medium tractors, a Fendt 724 Vario. Harvesters, we have the Deutz-Fahr Toplighter 4090H. Cars, the Lizard Pickup 2017. Trailers, the Welger DK115. Headers for the Deutz-Fahr. We also have plows, the Agrimaz POV 5XL. Under cultivators, we have the Horsch Turano 3FX. Power harrows, we have the Amazon KG 3001 Super. Seeders, we have the Amazon Kateya 3000 Super. Fertilizer spreaders, we have the Amazon ZATS 3200. Mowers, the Pottinger NovaCat 301 AMED Pro. Tedders, the Pottinger Alpenhit 4.4H. Windrowers, the K-Brand GA 4731. Under forage wagons, the Pottinger Faro 4010D. Front loaders, the Quickie Q5M. Front loader tools, the Albert fork with grapple, and a header trailer for our harvester. And that is all the equipment that we have at the starting farm. So pretty decent stuff to start out with. So starting over in this corner here, we have a water tank right there. Right here we have a cow barn. You can feed your cows here. Your milk here. Slurry right here. Sticking with the cow barn, you have your entry point for your cows, the animal dialogue. You can fit up to 40 cows. You have a manure heap right here. And then directly behind the cow barn is a cow pasture for room with 60 cows. Water, feed, and milk. Now going back over here, hop over the fence. Over here we have a chicken barn. Room for 360 chickens. And here we have a hayloft. Wardrobe trigger. Sleep trigger. And around this side here, the silo. Input and output. Here we have a fuel tank. Repair trigger right here. You got to open the gate and step in a little ways. Wait for that door to open fully. And now you can activate that trigger right there. And then through here, we can kind of pass all the way through the sheep barn. You have room for 65 sheep. You have a manure heap right there. And around the front here is the feeding point. And that is it here at the farm. Let's go ahead and hop in the truck right over here. And then we're going to start driving around the map and taking in all the sights. There we go. Now we're going to go out the kind of east side entrance. There we go. From here, we'll go ahead and make a right. Alright, stop right here. Now this is going to be what I call farm number 2. And if we take a look at the map, we were up here, starting out, we went up to the pizzeria and then over to the Bachman's Bakery. We then teleported to the farm where we took in all the things around there. Went out the east side entrance of the farm here. Went up to this intersection, came around the roundabout, and then up to here. Now, farm number 2, farmland number 93, can be purchased for $232,740. So we'll go ahead and purchase that. And now you can see a couple triggers come up. Let's open the gate. Now over here, you have a fuel trigger. Or I'm sorry, a fuel tank right there. And then in here, I think it's this gate here. Yep. Repair trigger right there. And a silo right there. Bunch of storage, big buildings to store your equipment in if you so choose. Okay. Off to the right here, we have the Erlingen Farmers Market off to the right, and to the left, we have the Lime Station. And now over here, we have the Agra Handle Sell Point. And now we need to turn around. We need to head back down to that roundabout. We're going to take the second exit. 1, 2. There we go. Head down to here. Stop right there. And here we have the Mueller's Carpentry. Oops, I didn't mean to buy that. But just normal carpentry, what we're used to, just named a little different. $60,000 is the purchasing price. Inputs here with the wood cell trigger, and output right there. Now we'll continue on in this direction. Now we'll make a left. You can see one of the grape fields that is kind of comes standard on the map, which is nice. And over here to my left is going to be what I call farm number 3. Pull up just a little bit further. We take a look at the map. So we're here at farm number 2. We came up and we saw the Erlingen's Farmers Market as well as the Lime Station. We then went across the way to Agra Handle. We then turned around, came back down through the roundabout, saw the Mueller's Carpentry, down and around over to here, farm number 3, farmland number 92 for $167,120. Go ahead and purchase that, and you can see a few more items pop up. Gonna open the gate. Off to the left, we have a silo right there. We have another fuel tank right here. Bit more storage. And then on the back side here, we have a pig barn. So click on this here. Room for 270 pigs. Feed goes here. Manure heap in the corner. And output for your slurry is right there. Let's go ahead and hop back into the truck here. We're going to keep heading in this direction until we get to the next point of interest, which is just up here on the right. Right here. Let's come up this driveway here. Over here, we have the Rosenberg oil plant for $80,000. You can purchase this. And you have your inputs here and outputs there. And here we have the Schaub mill for $96,000. You can purchase this. Output here, input here. Run back to the truck. here we'll go underneath the bridge. And then here we have the animal dealer. Now you can come to this location when you have pens and pastures already loaded onto your map. You can come to this location and purchase your animals directly, or you can purchase them from the pens and pastures directly using this same icon. The problem with this, though, is that you will incur an extra fee by using these triggers directly. That fee is the simulation of a delivery fee. You're essentially having the animal dealer go ahead and load up your animals and deliver them to your pen and pasture for you. Now, to save this money, you can bring an animal trailer to this location, load directly into the animal trailer, and then transport the animals yourselves. And then you're going to save that delivery fee. Now, depending on how many animals you're going to transport, it's going to vary on how much you're going to actually pay. Just for an example, cows. An adult cow is $100 per cow. So if you're buying hundreds upon hundreds of cows, then you might want to consider going ahead and doing the traveling yourself and doing the delivery yourself instead of having to pay for it. So let's move on from here. Straight ahead, we have the animal dealer sell point right there. And we're going to come around here, make a right, make another right, head over the bridge just ahead of us here. And this is the same bridge we just went under just a few minutes ago. Now over here, over here we have the Erlingen Sugar Ink production point. This is $80,000. And you have your output right here. And your inputs just right there. Let's go ahead and hop back in the truck and we'll turn around and head north. There we go. Oops. There we go. Now continue to head north here until we get to this location. Here we have our repair trigger right there. And then around the front side we have the shop trigger right here. Head back to the truck real quick. And then we'll go across the street here. Now in here, open that. Right here is the GLW Landhandle. Yeah, Landhandle sell point. And then back here is the spinnery. You can purchase a spinnery for $60,000. You have your inputs over here and your outputs right here. Now I will show something just really quick. We take a look at the map. We were here at farm number 3. We then came up and around. No, I'm sorry. We were up here. Came over to here. We saw the Rosenberg oil plant and the Schwab mill. Under the bridge, took in the animal dealer and animal dealer sell point. Up to here, down over the bridge, and then the Erlingen Sugar Ink. Then up to here where we took in the repair trigger and the shop trigger. Then came up and around, we saw the GLW Landhandle, and then over to here, the spinnery. Now normally, production points look like this symbol right here, this kind of arrow with the 3 dots underneath it kind of thing. But this is showing up as a sell point. As you can see, this is a sell point. This is showing as a sell point too for some reason, even though it is a production point. So just kind of an FYI, it is a production point. Now we're going to head up in this direction. across the way. Make a left. Right about here. Perfect. Alright, debris crusher right here. And then over here you have your biogas plant. We'll go ahead and click on this. $435,000 to purchase. You have your solid inputs there. You have your liquid inputs here. And then liquid outputs, aka your digestate, is right here. A couple of large bunker silos on the property here. Hop the fence. Then come over here. And this is a property that you own. This is one of the 3 pieces of property that you own. Now, you got these greenhouses. These are modded greenhouses. They all have standard products, but they are just modded for cycles, I do believe. 3 of these, as you can see, just require water. And water can be gotten right there at the water tank. But I believe that is one that you have to pay to get water out of. So might be an upgrade for you to find a mod or something that doesn't charge water prices. So now heading up in this direction to the north. Head up here. Make a left, followed by an immediate right. And now we're at farm number 4. We take a look at the map. So we were here at the spinnery, came up and around, and saw the biogas plant, the debris crusher, the greenhouses, the water tank, then came up to here, farm number 4, $138,760, and farmland number 94. And you can see a bunch of new stuff pops up. Let's go ahead and open this. On the back side here, we have a water tank, a manure heap, and here we have a horse pasture and feed, water, and input for your horses. 8 of the horses will be held there. And then you have a horse barn, or again, you can have another 8 horses. And if we look inside, feed goes right there. And that is it for this farm here. So let's go ahead and hop back into the truck. Wait. Nope, I didn't mean to go that way. This is the way I meant to go. We only have a few more points of interest remaining before we get to the end here. And this right here is the next point of interest. We'll stop right here. This is the Schroeder Dairy. 70,000 will purchase this. And you have your inputs here and outputs right there. Cut through the hedge again. Gas station right here in front of me to my left. We'll continue on. Now right here, off to my left, that is the supermarket sell point, and specifically this pad right here. It doesn't have the icon that shows that you can tip into it, but that is the sell point. And now we have 1 more points of interest. We need to go through the roundabout and take the 3rd exit. Okay, make a right, followed by an immediate left. Make another right. And now this is the last point of interest right in here. This is the sawmill. You stop here. Purchase this for $100,000. You have your wood chip output here. You have your input right here, wood cell trigger here, and output for the production is right there. And that is it. That is Erlingen. It is now time to... Oh, no, wait. Before I do that, let's catch up where we were. So we were here at farm number 4. We pulled out down and around here where we saw the Schroeder Dairy, then the gas station, the supermarket, went through the roundabout again, up to up to here, went to the right, up to this road, and then up to the sawmill. Now that completes it. Now it is time to render my opinion. What do I think of this map? 0 to 5 scale as usual. And I think there's a lot of positives about this map. You know, the color palette is very nice. You've got the kind of toned down that I always tend to look for personally. So you're not seeing a bunch of different colors, different like things that make it look too cartoonish. Now you do have a lot of flowers on the side of the road, a lot of wildflowers and things like that, but you're only seeing like yellows and whites. You're not seeing yellows, whites, blues, reds, pinks, purples, you know, the whole 9 yards kind of thing. It's toned back for the most part. Other than that, it's got a gentle sweep across the map. Like, it's not perfectly flat, but it's not, you know, aggressively hilly either. You can see there's every once in a while there's these little dips and valleys and sweeps across the map itself. The starting farm is set up very nicely. I think it's got a kind of condensed feel, but not to where you're like bumping into everything and not able to kind of make your way around, you know, and do things. Yeah, so overall, I think this is a very nice map. And in the description, it mentioned how this is the map maker's first contribution to Farming Simulator. And I think this is a very strong start. You know, there's certainly some areas that could be improved, in my opinion, you know, such as, you know, the not being able to purchase all areas. You've got so much area on this map that's just not touchable. You got this area up in the northwest, all the way around this whole peripheral border here, and you can't do anything about it, so there's nothing to really encourage you. Now, there's potentially a, you know, like a blockage, like you can't get to that area per se. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and see how far we can get to the map edge. But it's one of those where, yeah, you might be able to kind of hem yourself into the interior of the map, and it's not that big of a deal kind of thing. Now see, I'm all the way out to the map border. And look at this. This is a ton of grass right here. Just this little area here. But if we were to continue to follow this around and whatnot, there's tons of product that we don't have access to whatsoever. And that's a real shame. And a lot of area that we could potentially build up that we just can't. You know, so it's a bummer, you know, in that regard. Those are some of the biggest things I look for in a map, is whether or not you can purchase the entirety of the map itself, because I don't necessarily like that feeling of being hemmed in on a map. It gets really restrictive, and it just limits the amount of area that you can grow into, and it really kind of forces you to be just that next level deeper in strategy. But no, outside of that, I mean, this is a very lovely map. And like I said, you've got these various areas that are just kind of tucked in along the way that you don't necessarily have to go through. You don't have to, you know, drive around and do like what I'm doing here. But it's there. And if you go around and you want to enjoy it, it's there to enjoy. You know, and again, you've got these kind of areas off the sides of the map where you can't do anything with, and there's all this grass product that you can't do anything with either, and it's a real shame that you can't, because, you know, a lot of product. And then you take a look at the map as well. I'm in a part of the forest that you can't even touch. Look at all these trees. This could be something that you can come around and really kind of go to town on, and really this would be a really nice building area too, because this area is really nice and flat, so you could expand this. but you really can't because of the way it's set up. Now you have this area just north of here where you could expand it, but I don't know. It's just that part kind of bothers me. So there, long story short, there's a lot of pluses to this map. There's a lot of negatives to this map. So what would I give this 0 to 5 scale as normal? I would probably give this somewhere between probably about a 3.5. Somewhere in that ballpark. 3.5, maybe 3.75. I won't go as high as 4. Like I said, there's more positives than negatives in my opinion, and there's a lot going for this map. I really do think. And I think a couple of small tweaks could really make it like a very, very well designed and well created map. And I love the kind of quote unquote story of the location that it's in between Erlingen, one map that we have as a base map to this game, and Felsbrunn, another base map that we had in FS19. So it's kind of that tie-in, of something that we're familiar with. We're familiar with both those maps for anybody who's played over the years, and have just kind of seen the progression. And it does seem like this map is very familiar. If you played on either one of those two maps, it just feels like it belongs, that it's natural to that landscape and to those feelings of those maps. So I like that. I think that's kind of a cool little touch of not necessarily realism, but touch to the map itself. Kind of gives a wink and a nod to those original maps, and I like it. I like that a lot. So yeah, 3.5, 3.75, out of 5. I think that's a pretty fair score, and I think that is a really good job for this map maker's first time. So congratulations on publishing your first bit to Farming Simulator. Thank you very much for doing it. It is greatly appreciated, and it is greatly appreciated when anybody contributes to the content here for the Farming Simulator community. It is greatly appreciated. But all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms show you doing that shows your engagement with this channel, and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.